am black blushing up here, y'all. You're doing too much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hello, Los Angeles. I'm Kelley Robinson. I use she, her pronouns. I am so proud to serve as president of the Human Rights Campaign. I got to start tonight with some gratitude. And you know HRC is rolling deep up in LA, okay? So hold on. First, to our board of directors who are in the house, give it up for Gwen Baba, Sandy Bass, Beck Bailey, James Costas, Todd Hawkins, Justin Makita, Aaron Walton, and Michael Weinholz. And we also got our visiting directors in the house. I'm talking about Dan Slater and Lane Rackley and Elizabeth Schlesinger and Jamal Webster, Morgan Cox, Jody Patterson, Percy Brown, and our emeritus Andy Linsky is here tonight. I said we were rolling deep, okay? And to our board of governors, please give it up for Jefferson Coombs, Nam Lam, Donzel Lewis, and Olivia Taylor. And of course, a round of applause to our fabulous dinner chairs. Give it up for them and the steering committee one more time. And last but certainly not least, I can't be on a stage and not call out the first lady of our queer community, my wonderful wife, Becky George, who's here tonight. Hey, boo. Yes, Becky George. Amazing, amazing. And also my mom and my stepdad are here tonight. We're rolling deep in family and community too. Yes. Y'all, Los Angeles, it feels so good to be here. I celebrated my birthday in LA last night. Yes. I went to a late night party up in those hills that y'all got. I've been eating breakfast burritos and drinking green juice. I live here now, just so you know. I mean, y'all, I just love it here. I love it for so many reasons. Because this, y'all, is a city where things are possible that can't even be imagined in other places in this country. This is a city of dreamers and of doers. This is a city that doesn't just imagine a better world, but you fight for it. You create it together. This is the city of the legendary political powerhouse David Mixner, y'all. This is the city of Connie Norman, a trans woman who pushed the State House to pass non-discrimination in 1991. This is the city of Chris Perry and Sandy Steyer and Paul Catman and Jeffrey Zarillo, right? The couples who got the Supreme Court to overturn Proposition 8. This is a room of fighters, y'all. So tonight, I'm here to put some respect on your name, Los Angeles. I'm here to make sure that we recommit to this fight for freedom without exception, to liberation without exception, to joy. Somebody say joy tonight. Joy. Yes, without exception, y'all. Ooh, okay, my heart is just so full. I gotta say, when I'm in rooms like this, it just reminds me of how far, I know we have a long way to go as a community, but in rooms like this, we can't lose how far we've come. You know, the story of my family is that we were the first black family in a town called Muscatine, Iowa. Now, I see some of y'all pulling up Google Maps. You don't even know where Iowa is on the map. That's okay, let alone Muscatine. But I remember that we used to spend summers down there as a kid. I can still remember the smell of soybeans when we drove through southern Illinois. And even better yet, the smell of chitlins and cornbread when we pulled up the Big Mama house. And, you know, a couple of years ago, my great aunt, she actually passed away at the age of 102. Yes, I'm going to live forever, just so you all know. But she was a matriarch of our family, and when she passed away, we went down to Muscatine for the homegoing celebration to end all homegoing celebrations. I'm telling you, y'all, we drank up all the wine coolers in the region. We did every line dance that was available. We had take-home gifts and Crown Royal baggies. We had a time. But the best part of the trip was that we told the story of our family. The story of how my great aunt, in the course of her lifetime, had sat at the footsteps of people who were born into slavery. It's a story of how we made our way from bondage in places like Mississippi and Louisiana to becoming that first free black family in Muscatine. The story of what it meant to be people of unwavering faith, but also a deep commitment to action. My friends, that was just 2 generations ago. And now I'm standing here before you as the first black queer woman to lead the human rights campaign. Yes. And now we are in a room full of business leaders and storytellers and community leaders talking about how we, people that look and love like us, are going to save this democracy. So good people, don't tell me change isn't happening. Don't tell me progress isn't possible, because in rooms like this, we are living proof of it every single day. Look, I gotta tell you the truth. 40 years ago, HIV was a death sentence. And now we are within arm's reach of ending the epidemic in our lifetime, in this generation. We did that. Y'all, 40 years ago, coming at work meant you would be fired on the spot. And now, there are more out and allied leaders than ever before. From Pennsylvania Avenue to Hollywood Boulevard, we are here. Y'all, 40 years ago, marrying the person you loved wasn't even something we could dream about, let alone plan for. But now, the Respect for Marriage Act is the law of the land, my friends. We did that. Our world has seen profound transformation, and that change, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen by accident. It happened because people like us showed up in rooms like this, and we built a movement. We built it in big cities and small towns, in the private sector and the public sector, across aisles and ideologies. It happened because the Human Rights Campaign fundamentally understood then, just as we do today, that this fight for LGBTQ plus equality is fundamentally a fight for our very democracy. And it's all of this progress we've made over the last 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 100 years that is at stake right now, right in this very moment. You know, last year, for the first time ever, the Human Rights Campaign declared a national state of emergency for LGBTQ plus Americans. And this year, that emergency continues. Over 400 anti-LGBTQ plus bills have been introduced across this country already. Already, states like Utah and Ohio have signed bills restricting our rights into law. And still, we continue to see an epidemic of violence against our community, especially against our trans and non-binary community. My friends, when Next Benedict, a 16-year-old non-binary kid in Oklahoma, can be bullied and harassed for over a year, when they can be beaten in a high school bathroom and die the next day, we are living in a state of emergency. You know, as parents, we send our kids off to school every day, hoping and praying that they will come home unharmed and alive. That did not happen for Next. And the part of it that shakes me, that rattles me to my core, is that we lost Next to a system that failed to protect them. It's no coincidence that Next's death happened in a state that just banned health care and basic protections for trans people. In a state where grown-ass elected officials have repeatedly villainized trans kids. It's time for accountability. It's time for justice. It's past time for Superintendent Ryan Walters to lose his job. It's time. Just this week, HRC launched an all-out campaign. We're on the ground in Oklahoma activating the community, and guess what? They don't want Ryan Walters there either. This week, we released a poll showing that the majority of Oklahomans want him removed. And at HRC, we are going to do the work to make sure it happens. And when we do, it's going to send a clear message. If you come for our kids, we are coming for you. Period. Full stop. And I'm very clear. These extremists aren't stopping at the LGBTQ plus community. They're going after health care for trans folks and abortion care. They're banning educators from talking about LGBTQ plus issues and trying to sell us on the benefits of slavery to the enslaved people. They are vilifying undocumented immigrants and transgender athletes in the same ads. My friends, last year, the Supreme Court ruled against affirmative action, student debt relief, and LGBTQ plus non-discrimination, all within the same week. We gotta listen to them when they speak, because from Justice Clarence Thomas to Marjorie Taylor Greene, they are saying the quiet parts out loud. They don't think that we're free and equal. They don't think we should have control over our own bodies. They don't even think that we're full participants in this democracy. But guess what? I know that somebody came here tonight to show them exactly how wrong they are. Is that somebody you? Is that somebody you? You better let them know. Don't mess with us. Because let me tell you the truth, these people are scared. They're scared to hell that rooms like this exist. That's why they're trying to scare big companies into backing away from their equality efforts. That's why they're trying to scare studios into backing away from queer content. And I'm here to tell you this, we are not going to let them. LGBTQ plus folks are one of the largest consumer bases in the world. Who do you think sold out the Renaissance tour? Who do you think made BravoCon a religious experience? Who is setting the temperature for music and fashion and entertainment? Who is it? My friends, who breathed life into Rustin and Fellow Travelers and RuPaul's Drag Race and Pose and P-Valley and Hacks, y'all? Who was it? It was us. It was us, y'all. Lesbian, gay, bi, and trans and queer folks. We set the trends because we are the trend, baby. But my friends, look, now is not the time for complacency. Now is the time to keep pushing forward, to keep driving forward towards full equality for every single person. That means we need investment. We need more LGBTQ plus creators on our screens, behind the camera, in the writer's room. We need businesses to keep showing up, and not just in Pride Month. And most importantly, we need every single person in this room to get out and vote. We gotta do it. We gotta show up. Because I'm very clear. If Donald Trump is reelected, it will devastate. Yes, groan about that. You should be concerned. If Donald Trump is reelected, it will devastate LGBTQ plus rights and endanger our very democracy. And look, you don't have to wonder what he would do, because he's saying it out loud. He said he promises to ban health care for trans youth. He said he promises to allow for the firing of LGBTQ plus workers. And guess what? MAGA Republicans are in lockstep with Trump's delusions. I mean, this is a guy that said he wants to be a dictator at least on day one. Listen to them when they speak, my friends, because we are quite literally in a fight for our very existence. And I know some folks is tired. Some of us have some crisis fatigue. But we got to get to work, y'all. We got to do it. I know that this isn't a fight we asked for, but I got to tell you this too. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. Now, we may not start fights, but we sure as hell know how to finish them. And that's what we got to do now. We got to put in the work and finish this fight. That means turning out the vote and erasing Prop 8 from the California Constitution. That means taking back the United States House of Representatives, y'all. We got to send Will Rollins and George Whiteside to D.C. We got to get Hakeem Jeffries that speaker's gavel. We got to put in the work and protect our pro-equality majority in the United States Senate. Let's elect Adam Schiff to the U.S. Senate, y'all. Let's put in the work. And y'all know we cannot let Donald Trump sneak his orange South out of the courthouse and back into the White House. We got to re-elect President Joe Biden and California's own Kamala Harris. My friends, this is a moment of crisis, but this is our moment to ensure that we reach freedom without exception, that we fight forward in ways that were unimaginable a generation from now. And guess what? The question isn't whether or not we can win. The question is, what are you willing to do? Is anybody ready to fight? Oh, let them hear you down in D.C. and Texas, too. Is anybody ready to fight? Then come on, let's do it together and let's get free, y'all. Thank you.